Wait, oh great. It was on the stream over screen, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Hi Dan. I just realised my chibi isn't fucking here. Oh wait, put limbuscompany back up on there. Get this back. Now, out of all times for my dogs to spar. Now, out of all times for my dogs to start barking. Just great. Well, jump there. I should show up on screen. G'day. Anyway, I was just looking at this before, because I can do 2 10 pulls. Let's see if we can get good luck. Nope. And one last 10 pull. I saw part of it. I know that the CEO was doing mirror dungeons. Yeah, okay, thank you. My last... Yep. Damn it. I wonder, is he in the dispensary yet? Yep, he is. How many? I have no shards at all. Makes sense. I have not done Mirror Dungeon in a while. Have I even done my dailies? Yeah, except defeat 10. Well, let's jump into the Kanto. Linton looked up at Heathcliff. His eyes were bloodshot. Oh yeah, I read some of his skills. I know his skill 3 does I think it's 50% dealt damage, maxing out at 100 or something. I'm pretty sure anyway. As you said earlier, none of us are here to see each other, ugly mugs. What other reason could we possibly have to reconvene like this? That can't be real. What kind of insane? Now, fixers of the Ophi office, who have remained silent throughout the entire commotion, suddenly spoke up. The promised hour has come. Mr. Hindley Earnshaw, a blood relative of the descended. Mr. Linton Edgar, the spouse of the deceased. And Mr. Heathcliff, an individual mentioned by name in the will. Now that the 3 relevant parties are all present, we, as the executors of the deceased's will, may begin the ceremony. The first order of business will be to the execution of Miss Catherine's will. Thus commences this solemn solemn occasion of Miss Catherine's funeral rites. Wait, that VA does Heathcliff? Oh, I didn't realize. I thought they were different ones. That is indeed a fun fact. As per the deceased's wishes, the will shall be read out aloud here, at Miss Catherine's manor, in attendance of all those present then. No. No. You stop. Shut up. for a second. Whose funeral rites? And what was that about her spouse? The man they called Linton rose from his seat from the first time since we arrived here. After you abandoned this place, with nary a word to her. Catherine immediately turned to me. Then we married. Every waking hour we spent together were filled with happiness and joy. We were happy to the very last day, to her very last breath. Shut your stupid gob. The moment I set my foot in this manor, I heard her voice, I felt her presence, so what the bloody hell are you even talking about? Yeah. Well, I mean, essentially voice actors are kind of just talking to themselves. So every time any one of these characters is speaking, really they're just speaking to themselves. Because they were sitting in a booth with no one else in there. I heard her voice, I felt her presence. So what the bloody hell are you even talking about? This has to be some ploy. These fucking bastards. There must... This can't be. Heathcliff paused for a moment, struggling to find the words. This can't be how it ends. I won't believe a single shit coming out of your mouth until I see her body with my own eyes. Where is she? Bring her here now. What a repulsive sight. The least you could have done was to show some proper respect for the dead, but I suppose even the bare minimum was too much to expect from someone like... I understand how you feel, Heathcliff, so please calm yourself and take a seat. Get your hands off me. You can't just decide for me that she's dead. I won't accept any of this, not until I see Cassie with my own eyes. Warning, should this interruption to the will reading continue, we may have to resort to use of force to ensure the full execution of this will. Shut up! You don't know shit! Also, so shut your fucking mouth! Heathcliff was gasping, the sheer momentousness of his emotions overwhelming him. It looked as though he was about to lunge at anyone who even dared to get close. Okay, I probably really need to get better internet, because this stream seems to be coming into a few problems. Yeah. I could hardly tell whether it was sorrow or wrath that came over him. Heathcliff, why don't you go have a look in the mirror yourself? What a pathetic mess you've become. It doesn't matter what posh garb plebes you like wrap yourself in. That filth from your low birth seeps right through the fabric at the slightest provocation. And my dog is scratching at my door. I need to go deal with that real quick, sorry. If you're gonna scratch at my door, I'm gonna put you out the back. You're not roaming the house. Come in, Willow. Come on. Okay. There you go, Willow. Hop on my bed. Lie down with the stuffed sharks. I am back. I had to remove one of my dogs from my room because she wouldn't stop scratching my door. You'll eventually see Kathy's corpse, alright? It's a part of the funeral procession, so don't be in such a hurry to get there. I can't wait to see how she's resting after what she's done to me. Mr. Hindley, Earnshaw, Mr. Heathcliff, we order the both of you to immediately return to your seats. This is your final warning. Manager Esquire, we must do ought anon. Fixers of Audit Association may even execute those involved should there be a breach of contract. I ill wish to see Sir Heathcliff be executed, nor do I wish to have to battle the honourable fixers of the Ophi Association. I agreed with Don Quixote, there is no need for us to get involved in an unnecessary conflict. But I don't think Heathcliff's going to listen to us. So get Rosher to cut off his head or something. I don't even know if there's anyone who can talk Heathcliff down when he's that agitated. You have refused to comply. We had no choice but to watch as fixers of the Ophi Association struck Heathcliff with their weapons. He fell to his knees with a painful cry. Yeah, sure. You shit. Do speak. Not to you. Speak still. Your intentions notwithstanding. You stop, all of you. Something's off about this whole thing. Would you like to speak for this individual? Was what she was going to say, but she declined to remain silent in favor of not getting in trouble. Right? What are you doing, BG? Rusho, I understand that seeing our fellow sinners get smacked around like that can be, pretty aggravating, but once you get involved, peace will simply no longer be an option. Didn't know you cared so much about Heathcliff, Ryoshu. NC. Yeah. Maybe. NC. No clock. Ryoshu flipped her cigarette indifferently as though she no longer intended no comment. You bastards. Fine. Let's crack some skulls then, shall we? Heathcliff stumbled to his feet with this club in his hands. Ah, so it does appear he still does have his club. I thought they hid it from him. Glaring at everyone that stood before him, I see that you are still refusing to comply despite our initial attempts. Should you refuse to let go of your weapon within the next minute, you will have no choice but to escalate to our next step. I couldn't care less about your steps, give me Catherine or none of us are leaving this manor alive, you lot, me, we're all going 6 feet under. Heathcliff, shut it, Clockhead, this ain't the time to bring up shit like the company's rules, stay out of my way. I don't have anything to say. If someone that important to me died, I'd be blinded and deaf to a reasoner, too. Hey, Heath, I understand how angry and frustrated you must be, but you can't... Shut your trap. All of you, don't you dare touch me unless you want your faces caved in, too. It's nap time, Heathcliff. Did she just knock him out cold with her bare hands? And it wasn't even a punch, it was just a light tap. His breathing is stable. It appears that she gave the nerve on the back of his head a precise focused strike, which led to his loss of consciousness. What a flawless execution of that move. I can certainly say that I've seen something like that before. Reminds me of my family. Sir Evil has been defeated with a single fell strike? Every self-respecting butler has to be equipped with one such move. What other choice have we got when the child fusses and fusses for 20 hours instead of going to sleep? I don't like what that implies. Forsooth, I can say with quite the confidence I can immediately slumber to the dreamlands upon tucking myself into bed, forsooth. Foreshadowing, and plus most characters that PM makes us like, they kill off. Though it was not by his own violation, we have confirmed that he is no longer in possession of a weapon and has been subdued. We will allow for a 10-minute recess to let things calm down for a moment, then we will proceed as planned. Excuse me, Lady Nelly? Lady Nelly, no need for such honorifics, please just call me Nelly. The contractors that Mr. Linton Edgar bought, they once worked at this manor, right? Yes, indeed. Some butlers from the Earnshaw, like myself, followed Miss Catherine to Master Linton's. Of course, most of the Master Linton's butlers are from his own Edgar family. So, if he gives the order to attack us, Lady Nelly, pish posh, ridiculous. I was a butler in direct service of Miss Catherine. Young Master Linton could plead and beg all he wants, but I won't always be taking his side. So, what exactly are the butlers? Butlers, forsooth, I am quite well acquainted with this matter. They are house dogs on a tight leash, grovelling before their masters. The most trustworthy and loyal people I've ever known, I'd say. There's nothing more loyal than a dog. Fixes bound to families. Nice gotcha. Some great help you fellows are. Well, I'm glad that I'm not the only one out of the loop for once. At least some of you know who we butlers are. It is a rather rare occupation, so not many people even know that we exist. I think he's used Sinclair's head as a baseball quite a few times. Actually, I think that's one of the very first interactions that him and Heathcliff ever have, is him bashing his head in. Doesn't sound like most normal folk would have a reason to know anything about him. Unless they're in a position where they have no choice but to work at a rich folks' homes. Well, one of us is quite a passionate fan of fixers. Quite, oh, I'm very pleased to know that our dear Heathcliff made such very intelligent friends. Did you just call Don intelligent? I understand the others, but Don doesn't strike me as the kind of person to be an intellectual. Lady Nelly, I promise thee that once I make my return to the bus, I shall have my hands on the... I had given up on I shall stand tall and proud in front of most row of display shelf. Don Quixote's eyes were practically exploding with joy at having her fixer obsession positively acknowledged and accepted for once. Allow me to explain, butlers and fixers indeed, yet they are rather distant from most fixers thou hast encountered thus far. A fixer oft refers to those accepting contracts as a part of an association or an office. Alas, there exists a distinction when it comes to butlers. Butlers join families or manors to serve them and only them as on long-term contracts. Forsooth, like any other fixer, butlers may be hired by a single person to serve them and only them as well. Well, I mean, when it comes to fixers, Don is very intellectual. Do note that our services are not limited to combat. We also conduct household management and care as well. Yeah, I've seen part of it. Yeah, I have seen part of it. Yeah. Not much of it, I don't think. Yeah. I found out I couldn't actually watch the live stream, really. I only saw clips of it because while the live stream was going on, I was at my job. Ah, shit. Why do I even have a knife on my desk? Yeah. I know that for the first part of the stream, the CEO of PM was just playing Mirror Dungeon. Oh yeah, this time I brought a lot of water. Oh well. At the very least, it's nice to know that the person that is in charge of making the game actually plays the game. It must also be mentioned that proficiencies in many fields is necessary to be a respected butler. This is no easy occupation, mind you. Daniel Manley did not speak for 20 minutes, complained about Ring Sung, Skill 2, and Blood Mist Ego, gifts being OP clicked with rate. Ah, okay. Yeah. I see that they still want to nerf Ring Yi Sung. I think they've been wanting to do that for a while now. Shit. What'd I just click on? You just can't hear that, but there's an alarm going off on my phone. I just gotta turn that off. Good thing it didn't awaken my dog. Oh, burn rate. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. He is very powerful. I mean, he's above Solomon Lament powerful, and Solomon Lament can be pretty overpowered. When Solomon Lament can be pretty overpowered, Ring Yi Sung is just overpowered. Yet from what I have learned, to hire a butler is to pay an inordinate amount of salary. Indeed, while butlers are always oh so busy, we are promised expensive compensation at every contract's extension, with stable bonuses such as pensions. All his goods are level 47. He is at manager level 50-ish. Accidentally leaked his friend code. His banner is made Ryoshu, and he has his own signed banner. He has like 4 Enkiv boxes and 6 modules. He also apparently says ends his own funds to. So wait, he spends his own money on pulling on Limbus Company, money that he earns from people pulling on Limbus Company. Huh. That's an interesting thought. Well, it's nice to know that nice to know that he actually cares about his game. Many famous association fixers also retire to serve as butlers as well. I was once a butler in service of Miss Catherine's family and was transferred to Mr. Linton's Edgar family to join their ranks when she married him. Still, after a rather peaceful mutual debate, we came to the conclusion that I would be assuming the position of chief butler, leader of the butlers in that household. Gotcha, totally peaceful. I'm sure it really was once peaceful transfer of power. Oh, 'tis quite fascinating to imagine that even Sir Heathcliff once had been a tiny brine. How was he as a youth? He was quite the special child. I do not believe that I would have become a chief butler had it not been for him. Oh, what a lovely boy he was. Lovely? Quite. I suppose even a person with too many knuckles in their head can be a decent person. The ghost. Also, egos have been TMD and boss of and got tired of the boss to read and stand ego. And for the boss to die for bleeding. I don't know why, but that sounds insanely relatable. Yeah. Never thought I would relate to a CEO. Are you okay, Heathcliff? It's that classic Nelly technique, a secret technique to send us hurtling into the dreamlands. Been a while. I am terribly sorry, Heathcliff. I was hoping to avoid having to use the sleep smack on you, and not after a reunion like this. Is it true, Nelly? Is Catherine really gone? We also forgot that you can't clash Ahab because gimmick. Oh yeah, wait. He's the CEO. He made the decision to not be able to clash Ahab, and he forgot. Ah. So all of his egos are negative sanity. Very interesting playstyle. Wait, there are negative sanity there are negative sanity egos? I did not actually realize that. Huh. Oh, is Catherine really gone? Yeah. And Miss Catherine wrote your name into her will. Her will, huh? We should at least give it a listen to hear why she mentioned Heathcliff. He used a negative sanity egos while on max sanity. Huh. I'm probably gonna have to look up these clips and stuff after the stream, because I think I need to see this now. Heathcliff sat down wordlessly. So, was this manor Miss Catherine's? Well, it used to be the young Master Hindley's once. Then Catherine, that shrew, she stabbed me in the back. Why don't you elaborate on that injustice, Linton? Share the tale of how Catherine and Linton Edgar stabbed me in the back, how the pair of you destroyed me. You also forgot their grip half his video. Man, I heard that PM live streams tend to be a bit of a train wreck. I didn't expect it to be that much. Huh. There was no injustice. It was done in a perfectly legal manner. Bring the case to T-Corp courts if you wish. It will change absolutely nothing. An Ophi Association fixer carrying a piece of paper stepped in between Hindley and Linton as two men continued to growl at each other. The allotted recess has expired. We will now proceed to the inheritance bereavement will reading. This is the will of the deceased. It has been verified via multiple tests and screenings that no counterfeiter or tampering of a similar nature has occurred. If they're verifying if it's a counterfeit or not, who verifies if they're not just straight up lying about it? Good question. Maybe it's just a standard industrial practice. Miss Catherine has requested that this letter be read in the audience of 3 attendees before the bequeathment of personal property commences. Then at the end of the stream, did a presentation for 10 minutes, drew on the PowerPoint with a line marker, basically said stream in 3 weeks with info is between them. Yeah, the stream is lagging a bit. That is because, my internet connection's just really bad at the moment for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. So it's an issue on my part. Also, in said next stream, more info like update, roadmaps, and collab announcements. Yeah, chat's just like delayed. Wait, there's gonna be a collab? Is it like, huh? That would be interesting to see who they're gonna collab with. I will now read the full contents of her will. At last, you are all gathered here. My only wish is that my words will be met with respect without hostility amongst you. I hope that none of you become incensed during this occasion. It's my one and only funeral, after all. I am at peace. There is no pain, no suffering where I am. So do not consider my death a tragic one. Because by the time you are hearing this, I must have reached my own heaven. This is not to say that you mustn't let sorrow into your hearts. Weep if you will, so that I may feel your grief and know that you have all truly loved me. Yeah, everyone was like, wait, what did you say? Yeah. I wonder if it's gonna be like, I wonder if it's gonna be a collab between PM, like a Limbus Company or one of the other games. Wonder why. Actually, oh, that may have been because I think some more drama got stewed up between them and some artists. Doesn't look like my chibi is working. Is there a way to fix it? Will it work? It just, is it? Why isn't it working? No route. Voice ID. What is it talking about? Where is it? Profile, devices, voice and video, microphone, voice mod. Yeah, it goes into voice mod. So why wasn't it working? No route. What the fuck? Why is it saying there's no route? Wait. RTC connecting. RTC connecting. Voice details. Locked and loaded Discord. No route. Okay. It appears that my chibi is literally just gonna be like, unmoving. Because my internet is so bad that it can't even move. Did it just disappear? Nope, it's back. Wuthering Heights, an old and dilapidated manor. I had always been afraid of this place. Fear and nightmares would consume me every night. But now that I stand before the end of my life, I have come to accept this manor for what it is. This manor, which I will leave to my husband, Linton Edgar. Keep this manor and remember me by its presence. What the damn it! And my brother, Hindley, my one and only brother. Right, I knew I'd be in this somewhere. Hindley's legs began to shake nervously, so did his voice. I heard that you and your mired in quite the heavy debt, and that you have been spending most of your days drinking and gambling. So why? Come on, Catherine, give me something, anything. Sign you up for your Abyss Trauma Correctional Facility at M Corp. Man, that has got to suck. The main believed theory of the Discord. I wonder if Blue Archive might collab in this company. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that. I don't think I played Limbus Company I think I started playing Limbus Company after the, that, April 1st thing. Okay, Discord is just, is there any way I can just fix this? Because this is very annoying. Let me try this. I'll jump to here. Nope, still not working. Just great. Yeah. I still find it very I still have Horse Virgilius stuck in my head, staring at me throughout my nightmares. I don't know why. Yeah. If you don't visit the facility within 1 week after attempting this will reading, they will come to take you in. What? I truly hope that your heart will be healed, dear brother. No, that absolute nonsense. How the hell am I even supposed to get to M Corp in a week? Of course, I have already prepared a warp train ticket to M Corp for you. Oh, this dude's fucked. A warp train ticket. Yes, very funny horse. They did say that the first live stream, their company reached out and they could do a second game via another company. Make it via collab. Huh. So it does seem like PM has interesting plans for the future. Don't worry about the travel fees. No, this is a load of shit. Should another instance of disturbance to the execution of this will occur, we will take forceful action without warning. How dare you, plebs? And you, Heathcliff. Welcome home, Cassian. Once the 7th strike of lightning falls upon this manor, my golden bow shall be yours. Huh? The mere mention of the golden bow suddenly intensified the sensation I felt earlier. I definitely sensed the golden bow was located somewhere within this manor. But I already figured that the golden bow was somewhere in here. I know that every sinner ever since we stepped foot in this manor. Yet I couldn't quite pinpoint the exact location because I will leave my golden bow to you, Heathcliff. Because at the moment, they don't have time to make a second game at the moment because Limbus takes too much of their time. Well, to be fair, they have to do constant maintenance on the servers. The golden bow was her personal property, not even her estate or her family's, just her? 7 strikes of lightning, what do you think that means? It's not a golden bow. What the bloody hell is that supposed to mean? What? There's more than one here. Dante, are you alright? There is a second golden bow in this manor. No, this isn't at all what I... Come back, Cassie. Please. Hear my voice just this once, Cassie! I'm serious, oh Nelly, this room is haunted. I saw a ghost. Again with this, Miss Cassie? What did I say? I told you I would trash that evil ghost and hags him to dry on the rack. Ghosts aren't real, she's such a big liar. I'm not lying. I'm sorry, children. Have you been waiting long? Dad, where's my violin? What about my X-Corp all-purpose wrench? Again, I'm sorry, I did not have the room for the violin or the wrench. What's that? What's that dirty rag here? I found this child dying alone in the streets. He was without parents or a home. The boy would surely have died in a weather like this. There's stink lines. And a fly. 2 flies. Oh, Hindley's pissed. So what? I don't want that gross dirty kid living here. Yeah, I want my violin. Throw that thing out. What are you gawking at? Violin. I want my violin. Papa, why was he all alone in the streets? Because there wasn't anyone to take care of him, poor child. There are other children like him in the back streets. No parents, no relatives to look after them, no home to shelter them. Then why do we have now? Well, Cassie, now he's got us to look after him, and this place is his home. No, I don't want this ugly thing. So, you're saying that you don't want to have him, right? Wind's howling, I can hear something wailing. Its cry is echoing through the manor's halls. I hear it too, Miss. Close the window, there is a nip in the air outside. Do you remember still, as a child, you were terribly afraid of these howling winds? That you'd seen ghosts? Nelly, I see them still. Miss, you've grown far too weak ever since Heathcliff departed the manor. That is why you are seeing things. That is alright, Nellie. I no longer fear the ghosts, because all fear stems from the ignorance of its origins. Where do you suppose he is, Heathcliff? Miss, he doesn't have anything left. I am everything he has. Oh. How many of these are there? Huh. What just happened? Everything went dark for a sec. I think the lightning caused a brief power outage. The power's back now though. What we just saw were Catherine's memories, right? Yeah, Heathcliff really is trying to cuck the dude. I think so. As it has been in the past, such occasions can be attributed to the influence of the golden bow. Hold on, this is the corridor we walked through earlier, isn't it? This isn't where we were before the power outage. I don't see Hindley or Linton anywhere either. Oh my word, what just happened? But we didn't like take a step or anything, did we? I do not believe that any of our fellows have moved. Also, damn, Heathcliff, what happened to your goofy clothes? Wait, did his clothes change? If we were all standing still, then I suppose this means that the house has moved. What the? Know anything about this, Nellie? I haven't the slightest idea. I have been away from this manor for many years myself. I seldom had any reason to return ever since Miss Catherine married Mr. Linton and left this place to live with him. Catherine, the deceased didn't someone mention that she purchased this manor Wuthering Heights? Yes indeed, but she did not mention moving here after the purchase. Oh, now that you mention it, I see that some changes have been made to this manor since I was gone. Nellie was probably referring to the numerous exposed cables, holes, and cracks that seem to have been painted over. Had I been the chief butler of this manor, I would not have let such slovenliness slide. But maybe she was trying to make modifications to the manor. Is it normal for rich folks to just buy a whole manor and modify it to their liking? I'd say it's kinda like changing your hairstyle once in a while. Maintaining the exact same style of house for too long gets pretty boring, you know. So that's casual, full-on house remodeling is like for rich folks, I see. Heathcliff. Wait, he did change, yeah. Okay. For whatever reason, my internet connection's just being absolutely atrocious. So I am, yeah. I'm just gonna get through this, and I think I'm gonna have to do another stream tomorrow, because I don't know why it's this bad. I mean, my computer's directly connected to the modem as well with an Ethernet cable. Yeah. Yeah, after this I'm gonna have to end the stream, unfortunately. I hardly know what to tell you. I do not know what words could possibly comfort you now, but what you said about Miss Catherine's death and how you didn't believe that she was truly dead. What? I gave that idea some thought, and I agree to an extent. What? Heathcliff's pupils suddenly dilated. Even I haven't seen Miss Catherine's body. I was so behind myself when Mr. Linton told me that Catherine's passed that I didn't even care to verify it with my own eyes. So what are you trying to say here is it really what I think it is? You're saying that Catherine might still be alive? Nothing but a suspicion at this point. Besides, you know how Miss Catherine can be. Stubborn as a mule, sometimes doing things so unexpected that they're almost frightening. Honestly, I even wonder if this whole funeral business was but an awful elaborate jest for the myth. What's certain is, however, that the will was undeniably in her own handwriting, and Master Linton, he never once stopped making modifications to the manor, even after Miss Catherine passed. That bastard Linton made these modifications to the manor. Yes, I haven't gotten any good look at this place, nor did I personally ask him for his motivations, but it is quite evident that something is to transpire here, isn't it? Or that something had already happened. Bollocks, I don't understand any of this. What do you think the lightning in her will talk about? Yeah. Maybe she means it literally 7 lightning strikes. Are you suggesting that she knew we would arrive precisely under this weather on the day of her funeral? Unless she moonlights as a renowned prophet, I don't see that happening. Who knows? I don't even understand what Miss Catherine was trying to do here with that will. Right, we can't even know the will of the dead. Oh. Perhaps there is a clue to be found in Miss Catherine's room. She did visit Wuthering Heights from time to time, even after her marriage to Master Linton. Don't you remember Heathcliff, Miss Catherine? Yeah, he always liked riddles. Not like you, who preferred a more direct approach, which involved smashing everything to pieces. Got me in plenty of trouble for trying to brute force problems without even trying to think about about the intent. A faint smile appeared on Heathcliff's face as he seemed to recall a fond memory. Oh yeah, if you can't tell, I got sick again. I don't know if I've got any better at this since, but the heavy, somber expression soon returned. I guess our next order of things is to find where that room is. Oh. Yep. I'll just jump over and just try one pull on this. Yep. Well, my internet is extremely bad at the moment and does not seem like it's going to get any better anytime soon. So I'm unfortunately going to have to end this here. I do thank you. Nelly has joined your yeah. I'm unfortunately going to have to end the stream here. Thank you, Dan and Plagueis, for joining. I will see you all next time. See ya. Did it? Wait, is it working fine now? Oh no, it's still... OBS... Yeah. No, it's not good at all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end it here. The internet connection is absolutely horrible. So it's gonna continue to lag all throughout it, in spurts. I'm gonna try and have the problem fixed by tomorrow so I can actually do an actual stream. So, sorry about the early ending. Well, have a nice night, morning or afternoon. I'll see you all next time. Bye.